I try to focus on what we call the care approach. The C stands for capturing attention. The A part of the care process is articulating your message with clarity and conviction. The R in care is all about relationships. The E part is experience. So how can you create exceptional experiences in your coaching practice or in your business?
Welcome to the Scale Point Podcast, where we explore what it truly takes to scale and grow your coaching practice so you can exit the day-to-day operations of your business and live the life you love. Each week, we have conversations with industry experts and coaches to hear real stories and learn meaningful strategies from their journey to success. To learn more about the show and how we can help you scale your coaching practice, visit us at scalepointpodcast.com. The ScalePoint Podcast is produced by Abundance Worldwide, LLC, and its affiliate marketing company.
Coaches, as you are scaling and adding more people to your team and thinking now is the time to only focus on ads, that's all we need to do. I'm going to tell you, our guest today, Jessica Suter, might have other advice for you because she is the queen of relationship marketing. And she's going to just share a little bit more about the value of that and how relationship marketing will never die, regardless of where you're at in business, starting on day one or you are 10 years down the road. Jessica, how are you doing?
So good and so good to see your smiling face right now and hear your voice. It's been a few months since
I
we've seen each
know.
other. So
So tell us a little bit about, you know, have you had coaches and when you work with entrepreneurs and other businesses and you're thinking, oh, we just need to switch now. Like we've done the heavy lifting of relationships and doing all the social content and, posting all the time. And I'm thinking now we're just going to do ads.
yeah, and typically that's how businesses and or clients that are coming into me for coaches think of things. They're like, "Hey, we need to focus on sales first, and the best way to get sales is to bullhorn our message out with ads and to push it to more and more and more people, and that's going to drive more business." And I'm like, hold the phone, pause first and foremost. Where are you finding your best leads? I ask them that question, and 99.99% of the time they say, it's typically from word of mouth or someone else that has seen something that we've done. And I'm like, okay, so that means it's somebody that's already worked with you. That means you already have a relationship with them. They've already loved working with you and they're referring you on. So why don't we maximize that first? Instead of just dropping more dollars to find more people, what if we can invest those dollars in the people that already love working with you, that already are referring you on, and maximize that? Kind of start from the inside out and become a magnet to attract more people that are going to stick with you longer and going to refer more people to you ongoing, so you can grow your business. There's nothing wrong with ads at all. I do believe in ads. But let's first focus on what's working organically before we drop into the ads. So we know what words that we can even use in our ads to attract more people to us, who we can feature in our ads that are going to, showcase our best work and our best case studies and examples that are going to attract more people like them. And it's going to help in shorten that sales cycle and just get more people that you enjoy working with.
Well, and as you focus on and nail everything down the organic side, right? You're also going to be spending a whole lot less money to get to the people that you really want to reach when you are doing those ads. So I love that you're saying, you're like, yeah, ads are not wrong. They are not wrong. But I think sometimes it's easy to pull the cart before the horse of, okay, that's the next step. Or I see someone else doing it. I think that's what I should do. So I love that you asked that question. How are you getting your leads now? Right? Because then it becomes almost like oh, well, yeah, duh. We just need to stay with the relationships. I think so many coaches, many that we work with, it is word of mouth. Yeah. And so tell us a little bit more about if someone that's already growing their business and successful and already at six figures doing just word of mouth, how are you elevating that to leverage the clients that they've already worked with to be able to have a greater impact in that relationship marketing?
Yeah, so I try to focus on what we call the care approach. So I'm like, you can out care the competition. And when you maximize your own care approach, then it's going to help maximize turning your followers on your social channels to your real fans that are going to help share your message out. It's going to turn, if you have team members, into your biggest evangelists for you, your clients into your biggest advocates, and even community members into collaborators, people that you can collaborate with. These are all things that are just going to take time and not dollars to help you grow your word of mouth. But CARE is an acronym that we focus on, again, starting from that inside out and looking at, do we have our messaging aligned on? Do we have the CARE? The C stands for capturing attention. Do we have our own brand manifesto of who we're trying to attract and for what reason they're going to choose us over someone else? What makes our coaching platform stand out and our coaching process stand out from another coach? Because there's everyone that's a life coach out there, business coaches, everyone says that they can promise you, success. But what makes your process different, and who do you specifically want to work with? Capturing attention of the right people and identifying those people that you really want to work with. The A part of the CARE process is articulating your message with clarity and conviction. So, articulating that message where people can clearly see, okay, this speaks to me and my pain points and exactly what I'm going through right now, and the kind of person that I want to work with, that they can truly help me. The R in CARE is all about relationships, because I believe relationships create ROI in business. So, how can you be relationship first minded in order to keep that word of mouth and that flywheel effect of growing your business with momentum? And then the E part is experience. So, how can you create exceptional experiences in your coaching practice or in your business in general to make it memorable enough where people do think of you to refer you on and want to, leave that review, share it with a friend, advocate for you, and be willing to step up and maybe even do a video testimonial or something for you that says, yes, this person did what they said they were going to do and then some, where they want to share you on for the long term.
Tell us a little bit more about C, about capturing the attention. You definitely, what I hear is you're saying, attract the right people, right?
Mhm.
You're becoming very clear to make sure that you're also repelling the wrong ones. What
Yeah.
are some mistakes that people make when they are focusing on that C?
Some of the mistakes that they make are just what we started with on just trying to broadcast their message out to capture attention. It's really taking the time at the beginning to do a discovery process and saying, hey, what are your goals? What do you need? Where are you currently at in your business? And creating buyer personas, avatars, whatever you want to call them, first before you decide to create your manifesto, and also looking at, who do you as a business or a coaching practice really want to work with at the end of the day? Instead of just pushing your business out, first pausing and saying, hey, I want to take time before I just send out a quote to someone and identify what they truly need, and can I truly deliver on this ahead of time before you push out a quote or an offer to someone.
I think by doing that, you're already creating and building trust that you're not just trying to be a money grab, right? Like
Exactly.
it's not a one shoe fits all, but we are really going to sit and make sure that we're the right fit, and then creating something custom for them, which I think is great. I think that kind of even gets into the A as far as like you're articulating, right? Because you're very clearly saying how you want to
Mhm.
help that individual.
Because you're speaking to someone else on the end of the screen or the phone or whatever, you know who you're talking to. So you're not trying to talk to everyone. You know exactly the audience that you're trying to speak to, because you know whose attention you're trying to capture when you pause and identify that before you even start pushing the message out.
It was someone thinking like, oh, maybe I need to be better about articulating the message. Are you mentioned like, what are the key words that I need to be saying? If someone's in that boat of, yeah, I want to do better there. What are some tips or things, or how would you recommend they get started on kind of like that internal process and doing a little homework on themselves of gathering that, being a detective of sorts?
Yeah, if you already have an existing business, it's kind of nice if you have reviews too, to see what words your ideal customers are already using. Like if you have reviews, see what they're saying in layman's terms. What words are they consistently using? What words are they repeating back to you? If you're just getting started, then speak like yourself. I have an agency as well, a Now Marketing Group, and we write social content for our clients. And we do the discovery process with them. We identify their tone of voice and everything that they're trying to convey online to articulate their message and capture attention, build relationships and exceptional experiences. But we read the post out loud before we post anything because we want to see, hey, does this sound like a real human? First of all, because AI, we all know, is great in many ways. But if you're not using it in a way that's inviting a conversation when you're sharing content in social media or even an email, or how you're communicating with others to showcase your personality and inviting a conversation back, then it just falls on deaf ears at that point. So I would say definitely look at the content that your ideal clients are sharing, whether that's on your reviews, on their social channels, and then speak back to them in the messaging that you are conveying to them to showcase what you do in your brand. I also recommend like standing out, as in doing like voice memos potentially to your clients to speak to them in that way so you stand out, or doing things that are more personalized to truly stand out as your brand.
For me personally, it took me a minute to truly understand that talking the way they were speaking was okay because I would hear what they were saying and then I would kind of fancy it up to put back out into the social world about what they
Mhm.
said. And when I actually spoke and wrote what they said word for word, the reach, the visibility, the connectability of all of that really increased. So you're nodding your head and then shaking your head in agreement.
Mhm.
Just talk a little bit more about that.
Words definitely matter. I think we can all spot when somebody is just being corporate, right? Or just phoning it in as well. Like if they're just using AI. I mean, think about it. Even I hate to keep using social as an example, but what photos are we going to like more often? It's the real people doing real things in real time, the conversations that are personal stories that people are sharing in the post. It is real examples of wins and losses and lessons that are learned from those losses that we're going to engage with. I think clients want somebody that they can trust, and that builds trust when you're more human and show your human side. So the more that you can be more human in the way that you're responding, and, I have more clients that text me now than probably email me. And that's usually the fastest way to reach me, or send me a messenger. Not saying that everybody wants that. I get it. There's a separation of church and state, or home and business. But still, that shows that you have a deeper relationship with someone when they feel comfortable to do that with you, right? So coming to someone at their level, that's really where, the magic happens, where you can build a faster rapport with your clients.
You touched on AI a couple times. Where are you finding the greatest benefit to utilizing AI while still keeping it real and raw and being authentic to you and not losing your own voice?
I love it as an idea generator, or saying like, hey, here's the ideas that I have for this client. Here's their pain points. And I will drop in exactly our discovery questionnaire and our ideas and say, what other ideas would you suggest? And it would provide some. I still have to tweak it a little bit, right? But it helps give another set of ideas to really benefit the client. But it's only as good as what you train it
Yeah.
to be. And it does not replace a human at, at all. Like I know you were at Social Media Week Lima, and I was sharing on this, and like, which would you rather have? A handwritten card, from someone, or a mass produced card sent to you, on your birthday or anniversary, or, whatever. And
Yeah.
definitely the one that's going to be more memorable is the handwritten card, and something that's crafted specifically for you. So definitely it still needs your signature, your art, and that's what's going to keep all of us in business for the long term. but it does have a lot of benefits to help produce ideas, to speed things up. So that's one of the ways that I really love utilizing AI. The other way that I love utilizing AI is to just help clients with potentially, editing some of their emails, things like that, and providing other ideas. But it starts with first what we're putting into it, not just like, hey, craft an email for me for this client and without context.
For myself, with ADHD and easily getting overwhelmed and all these things, what I love about it is that it's like you say, it's a generator to get
Mhm.
started. It allows me to get off for me personally, the biggest challenge is to get from 0 to 10.
Exactly.
Once I get moving, oh, then all the brains, then everything starts
Mhm.
firing in my mind. I'm like, oh, now I'm excited. I can do all these things and create it. And it truly is custom to me. But that 0% of feeling like just stuck on what's the next step. So, I love hearing, how you're utilizing AI and being able to find ways to get it to, 80% and be like, okay, now here's what we're doing to make it, yours or your client's voice to be completely there and authentic.
And honestly, our developer uses it too. It's like, this code is, stuck right here on the website. Like, what should we do? And it will spit out code instantly, which saves the client's time and, helps us and them all in one, which is great. So it saves their budget too.
Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal. One
Uh,
thing that you're mentioning when you were talking about, the cards, I love that example that you gave because I thought of it as we were getting to R and talking about relationships, right? Because you creating a handwritten card to send to someone is going to be so meaningful. There are people in our town that I do not work with in any capacity from a business standpoint, but they are just people that I respect and value in our community. And I wrote a card and I remember one of the gentlemen said, he's like, this is the nicest, most thoughtful card I've ever received in my entire life. It cost little to nothing and a little bit of time to write it. There was
mhm,
so little from a financial perspective, but the gain of just feeling seen and heard and
uh-huh.
valued was priceless. And so let's talk a little bit more about the relationship piece and how we can do that, how coaches can incorporate little nuggets of that, whether it's a handwritten card or other ideas that can be repeatable, scalable in a way that will really create a great impact that people know that you care.
Well, yeah, definitely the card one for sure. But people ask me, or have asked me, like, what was your favorite birthday gift? And I'm like, it was my team telling me happy birthday. And they asked some of my friends, what to share stories about me and share like a birthday video. And they got a compilation video and people sharing like happy birthday and saying a couple things. And that is something that
Mm,
I save to show up year over year, and I have it saved in my awesome files, which that's the awesome files is something you save when you want to hype yourself up of all the cool things that have happened in your life. Highly
I
recommend it.
love it.
But going back to other things that you can do, a quick video to a client. I do that after we do a proposal with someone. I'm just like, hey, thank you so much for your time. Here's what I heard you say. Repeat back their words to them. Here's how we would like to move forward. But either way, would love to, explore this relationship with you. And they all reply back that they just thought that that video was something that really stood out to them and made them choose us over someone else because we took that extra step.
Mm,
So, a video, cards, as I mentioned, and then just anything that's custom and personalized to the individual that you're speaking with, whether that's a voice memo instead of sending a text, whether that's you send them something personalized, meaningful to them. Maybe they mentioned something that during your call that they had a dog, and you can send them what's called a sugar wish link, which they can choose like a custom gift for themselves or their puppy then at that point to get dog treats. But it's a digital evite to a store where they can customize what they want to have delivered to them, and it's your branding on it, but then they have more senses involved in the whole experience of saying thank you for your time with them. So, Sugar Wish is another one. it doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
Mhm.
Like all these things are very inexpensive, as you mentioned, but it's meaningful. It's something they're going to keep and they're going to remember. And the more senses that you can get involved, the better, because that's going to stand out a lot more.
Talk a little bit more about that, about the senses. Why does it
Yeah.
matter to hit on multiple?
Multiple senses because it's just going to be memorable, more memorable. Like, I know we can all smell like a certain cologne and it takes you back
Mm.
to an era. We can hear a song and it takes us back to an era. So if you can do something that includes more senses, it's just part of the way our brain operates that we're going to remember it. I'm not going to get into all the psychology of it,
Mhm.
but you can definitely, incorporate more senses that are going to stand out and just give more reasons for people to remember you in that way. Like every time before I even go on a podcast, I use different oil to get me into the zone for doing a podcast because it was something that I did when I went through my NLP training and learned about, utilizing different senses. And I did think about one more way that you can also kind of stand out as a coach or just someone that is, trying to grow your influence in a space. One thing I did for like all of our speakers at Social Media Week Lima is I left them a LinkedIn recommendation, without them asking to say thank. We created custom bobbleheads for them. There's actually some in my background here. This one's mine, but we created custom bobbleheads because this is going to be more memorable and you're going to want to put it on your shelf than like a $50 Amazon gift card or something else like that. But it's the more personalized that you can get, the better.
Well, I will tell you, after social media, Lima, my Facebook feed was flooded with all the speakers sharing the bobblehead. Like it was such a fun, and I don't know anyone else that does something like that. And like you say, it's really unique. It captures the attention. They're excited to show it off, which is creating greater brand recognition for you and the event that you host as well. But it really is. You do an exceptional job of creating the relationships, creating the experience, and creating gifts that are very unique that keeps people talking. And as you shared with like the videos, there are not a lot of people that are doing videos like that, and that still in 2025, you would think there'd be more doing it. And as I say that,
Mhm.
it's not a judgment. So, coaches, if you're hearing that, because guess who else does not do much video? It is the one that's talking right now. So, we all could increase the video. What I think is cool is it creates that personal connection with the other person. But here's what else is also cool is it can be faster for us
Mhm.
recording them. Like we win doubly because we're they are feeling more valued and heard. And guess what? Doing that can be faster than drafting a perfect email to try to get all the information out that you want to send.
Amen.
It's faster and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is great." They're seeing the real. We're back to that authenticity. And that's something that I love about you, Jessica, is that your brand, you as a person, you show up authentically, you want to serve. I mean, I see behind you the neon sign that you've got there that says love more, give more, be more. Like that is you at the core. That is who you are in business. And that's what's setting yourself apart. And the video is one of the many things that you do really well in in giving more of your time, giving more and seeing the behind the scenes. And I think that's one thing that listeners, I hope that you take away from all of this is that it's being authentic, but it's doing it in a way that is true to yourself.
Just being authentic, you don't have to always have the perfect words or the perfect email, that you're sending out, but it's really about being yourself. And by being yourself, you're going to attract other people that are magnetic to you. And it's just taking that time to really recognize the person on the other end of the screen or the table or right in front of you, whatever, and learning more about them. And truly, like, that is my personal mission: love more, give more, be more. And I work with the clients that have that same belief. Then you have clients for a lifetime that aren't only going to work with you, but refer you on more and more often and drive in your business. I've never ran an ad or anything. I've grown now marketing group since 2010 and Social Media Week Lima since 2012 and my own coaching business since 2014, all by word of mouth. business, because of just living that mission and that vision and working with people that I want to work with. So it doesn't feel like work.
Are there any other ideas that you would want to share around how to create an experience that is scalable? Because I think for me, some of the lessons I learned were that some of the things that I did initially were not scalable to be able to do with as the clients grew. So, do you have any words of wisdom or things that are do's or not do's that you think are great for creating an experience?
I would say, yeah, definitely scalable. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on it. Just make it personalized, make it creative, make it directly for your consumer. And swag is not always the answer. Like sometimes I feel like that's a little self serving at times. So even if you personalize it without like your logo or something on it, that is sometimes even more meaningful. Not to say you don't have to put your logo on things, but, you know, it doesn't just need to be swag, to scale. But I'm saying, like, something somebody's not going to want to pass on to someone else, like, right? Like, you're not gonna give your bobblehead to someone else, right? But if you had a coffee mug that had a logo on it that said Social Media Week Lima, you'd be like, "Okay, you can have this, you can use this, whatever." And it was nice to receive it, but you're not gonna wanna hold on to it. It's not craveable. It's not something you're going to wanna keep forever. So, just make sure, like, when you're thinking about things with scaling experiences, that it doesn't always have to even be just gifts. The experiences are also in your process. It's how easy is it to work with you, first and foremost. Like, think as a customer, think as a potential client that is working with you. How easy is it to find your service? What is your website experience like? What is the experience after somebody signs up as a client? How do you stay in touch with them? How easy do you make things for them? We asked our clients this at Now Marketing Group, and they told us, like, hey, there's so many links to different tools. We had the most amazing tools that we're using, but it's a lot to remember, especially when they're using their own tools. So we created instead for an experience to kind of amp it up. We created one client portal for one place for them to log in to do all the things that they needed to do. So experience can also be just literally your process. So write out your process and your workflow, your SOP, whatever you want to call it, and see where is there friction and where can I add delight. So the delight is like the bobblehead moments or the handwritten card moments, but also the delight is just making things less frictionless for their experience of working with you and
Mhm.
focusing in more on the clients and the people that you already enjoy serving right now and that you have a great relationship with, and just empower them, give them the tools to do even more for you. So really focusing in on the people that you already love working with.
And thanks for pointing that out, like the experience, the flow of someone getting from being interested in you to then hiring you and all the process throughout. Because I think I love the fun, I love the delights, right?
Uh-huh.
But all the delights are not going to matter if you do not have the process honed in that is creating the
Mhm.
client experience that is so smooth sailing. So I'm really glad that you highlighted that because I think there are many coaches that will sit there and be like, "Oh, yeah, maybe I need to take a look back at what that process is." Because over the years, things change. There can be, new software that can make things easier. Like you were talking about having one client portal. There's ways to be able to make that a greater experience. Do you have anything built in with saying thank you to clients as they refer others? Or is the referral process and the value of the word of mouth is literally just your team is amazing. They do a good job, and their friends want to tell other friends and clients.
We don't have any like rewards in place. So we do send them, a thank you or customized, thank you gift for them referring us, but it's not a paid for like affiliate system. Well, I see that being done, by many brands and some of them really work. We just found like the organic way is the best because again, we only want to work with the clients that we know we can really serve and the clients that we want to work with. So there's that we find that has helped us get those type of clients where like, "Oh, we know you guys are gonna gel really well together. It's not about me making 25 bucks or $100 or whatever off this
Yeah.
referral. It's about we know you guys are really gonna gel together and it's gonna make the referrer look good, us look good, and the client look good." So that's what we do.
Well, and I love that because you say no, but in my head, I'm like, you might not have the affiliate link like a referral and that sort, but you
Mhm.
absolutely are taking steps to nurture the referrer and the referee because what you just said, no, we don't do anything. But I mean, we write a handwritten thing, maybe a little custom gift. Okay, are you kidding? That's even better. So in my mind, I'm like, you found another way to surprise and delight. But again, I love that you're bringing all the right people together. I know
Mhm.
your mission is always around serving and not selling. You want to be able to
Yep,
attract the right people. If it's not a good fit, you're willing to say no, or we've got someone else for you. And that I think is here
100%.
at Abundance Worldwide, right? We have it in our name. We love the abundance mindset of there's enough for everybody to go around. We want the right people, and obviously in your business, you continue to bring the right people through connecting and networking, and we've become great friends and business associates and referrers as well. And it's because we have the same mission. We want to be able to serve.
Exactly.
We don't want to sell. We want to just love on people, and everything else is gonna work itself out when you've got the right product and serving the right people.
Alignment is a beautiful thing. I love it.
Mm, hmm Jessica, thank you so much for being on. I always love
Thank
connecting.
you.
It was great to see you in person. We just need to do it again. Hopefully even before Social Week Lima next year. But
Yeah,
it's always good to be in your space and your energy and the way you
same.
share and give. It's definitely from an abundance place, and we appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Scale Point Podcast. If today's insights got you thinking bigger, it's time to take the next step. Click the link in the description to book a strategy call or grab your free scaling toolkit. Until next time.